looks like this, as Age of Empires is going to get in the way. Contraman will choose Arena Cove. The ASDA DrDisRespect will choose Mutt and Bailey. They banned out and just left it go random, but it was the last map, as there were no other random selections. It will be Dry Lake for game number 1. So we will check that out here, and we'll see what the games look like. But Civilizations here, Contraman banned Saracens, and he will have Ethiopians, Malians, Vikings, and Vietnamese. Chose Italians, but they were sniped from him. And DrDisRespect banned Berbers, chose Burgundians, Mongols, Magyars, and Bengalis. Byzantines were also selected, but sniped from him. So, some interesting civs. To wait and see how this situation goes here for these games. Age is loading up here, and we'll be getting underway as soon as I can load into game 1. But yeah, lots of sets today. This will be the 3rd set that I've cast today, and I will probably cast this, and then tomorrow evening try to cast 2 sets. Then we'll keep on going. Tuesday, there's a chance I'll be casting some additional sets during the day as well. Still have to confirm with everything how that's going to go. We'll see. But yeah, lots of games, lots of things to cast. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying, like I said. And from the live viewers down to the YouTube views, it seems like you guys have been enjoying all of the sets thus far. Currently, Age of Empires is loading up the recorded games, and we're gonna go from there. And it looks like Garizo AOE, that's how it's pronounced, has followed me 6 minutes ago. I think that was right before I went live. And yeah, that puts us 2 away from 500, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. Of course, Age of Empires wants to be a little slow right now, so taking me a minute to get in here, but is what it is. Is what it is, folks. See how this set goes. This is a set from the 1700 bracket. We can go into some spoilers here real quick. Spoilers are incoming, so here we go. We've seen Joe Harry beat out Razor. We saw Shaman beat out Lonzo Wall. Walter Wanderlees beat out Plan B. Striker beat out Boxer Saint. And then we had some sets back here where we had Kala beat Husk, Andrew beat Sir Isaac, Alexander beat Hopeless, and then Lucky beat Ronald Rage via admin win. Alcog beat the Angry Hobbit. Geo and Biddy Tingo will play tomorrow, so that will be done, and then we'll be down to less than 32 players, really. But we're going to load up the game here. Capture Age is going to cooperate, I hope. Dry Lake, game 1. Alright, here we go. Sorry for the delay, but game number 1 is upon us here, guys. And Capture Age is attempting to load in. Here we go. Alright, game number 1. Kontraman will be here in purple, and he will be playing as the Vietnamese against ASDA DrDisRespect. Interesting choice of name, but we'll see how these guys go. It will be Magyars here, so the extra attack on all melee units for DrDisRespect here will be free, of course. Contraman will have the Vietnamese, and they've gotten so many different things buffed over the recent updates. A lot of nice little minute changes to the Civ. I do like it quite a bit, to be honest. We'll have to see how that plays out long term, of course, but so far, I like what I'm seeing. The map Dry Lake here, brought to you by us, but this was originally made by Kados101, who does stop by from time to time when he can. So if you do see him around, thank him for this glorious creation. This is all his base map. We did change it up from the original. Some of you may remember the original had like one pond only in the middle, didn't have the other ones spread out across the map here. And it had regular forests up here. It's really the only thing we changed. We made this more of like the acacia tree forest where it's more open. And we obviously spread the ponds a little bit out a little bit more. Because, you know, if a lake were to dry up, it wouldn't dry up and have all the water in one location, right? There would be small pockets of water. At least I would imagine so. I heard a Vil go down. Kontraman loses a Vil here, and his horse also gets attacked. Oh, okay, so is this a lame attempt? Is this why it went down? Now, he was going for his board home. No loom. This is a very aggressive attempt, especially with a map with so much food on it. Very interesting. Yeah, ASDA DrDisRespect here. Not happy with the situation. And I'm not surprised. It's a bit awkward to want to lame on this map, though. You do get 3 boars. Obviously, it does have its benefits, right? But DrDisRespect here will be ahead via 2 Vils, actually. Oh, man. It is a bit uglier than I had anticipated. And he's going to bring this boar in just so he doesn't lose it now. And it's 2 Vils because loom and because he lost one. That makes things a bit more awkward. And the second boar has already been taken here, obviously under the TC now for DrDisRespect. And he will likely just mill the deer and he should be just fine. Obviously his food income going to be slightly worse, but all things considered, it is not the end of the world here. But interesting choice from Kontraman to do the lame here. Interesting indeed. There's additional hunt on the outside edges as well. And some berries. So, to see how players adapt to the map. We've seen a lot of players move their economy out very early. And it's been very good for them, obviously. But it's all about keeping it safe. Taking the deer now. He's not really going to be any worse off. He's finished off his 2 boar that he did have left. He will have the hunt eco, and he will have some sheep remaining. Meanwhile, over here, obviously, more food under the town center should mean better eco long term. However, he's taking both. He's losing a lot to rot here, and not ideal, but he did take it away from his opponent, so Kontraman probably going to be pretty happy with that situation. Otherwise, we'll have to wait and see how the game unfolds in front of us here. Lots of options here. Uptimes will be interesting. The horse will go down. Another boar will be coming in, but again, he's just losing a lot of time here, a lot of rot with all these boars under the town center. Another double frowny face, so ASDA DrDisRespect is not having the time that he was hoping to. Please be gentle, this is my first time. Well, for being the first time, you're quite ahead here and on the way to the feudal age as, Howls, it will only be for a second here. And then the mill on 2 deer, that hurts. That hurts a lot. There's more deer forward. Additionally, there's deer around the map as well as berries. But feudal age will be in for him as well. Will be a good 30 seconds or so behind. And he doesn't really have a large amount of food left. He's got a few hundred in sheep. So really, it didn't do him much good other than taking it away from his opponent, who did adapt well and should be fairly pleased with his position. Both players up on 21 pop, but a little bit more idle TC time here. And Kontraman would actually have been up at 22 pop since he did lose that villager. Barracks will now be coming down here for Kontraman, with the Vietnamese potentially going into archers. Our Magyar player will now just shift over to the berries. Makes a lot of sense there. I think that is reasonable. And he'll have some food, obviously. There's 125 per bush, 625 in total. The stable will be up, and that will get scouted. Behind this, I'm sure we're going to see spear defense since he's up later. He should also be dropping an archery range as he's shifted on to gold. There's the archery range. These walls are very tiny, and there's extreme risk of these being over-chopped. Is 150 wood per acacia tree, though, so that makes a big difference. However, 4 Scholar, double bit X already in, plus 1 attack already in, obviously, for these scouts. That will be quite nice. We'll have to see how everything progresses here nice and early. But, obviously, the villager advantage in favor of ADA DrDisRespect still. What a name! ADA, ASDA. I'm going to butcher these names all day long. It's difficult to continue saying DrDisRespect too, as it's such a long name. I have watched recently the DrDisRespect guy that has this, persona on YouTube. His only up the videos, and it was hilarious. Not gonna lie. But all things considered, Tuville eco lead here is a vill and a half. However you want to say it. That's a little unfortunate. He's walking into the town center. He is gonna manage to escape, and he does have a few scouts here. The spearmen haven't been enough. The archers are massing. We'll see the archery range come up here for the Magyar player, most likely for skirmisher defense. I think scout skirms can be really good on this map. You are going that direction. I actually think that a drush or man-at-arms play into your own archers can be quite powerful. And tower rushes, kind of over achieving on this map, I feel like. Disrupting your opponent's eco extremely can be very nice. The archer numbers are getting up there. The skirmisher numbers, not so much. There are 0 upgrades on these things, though, and the overchop has occurred. As he took out a spearman. Get in there. Just gonna idle some things. Ooh, I don't like that play. That is risky with all these scouts on the map. Where are the spears? Spears need to go with the archers here for Kontraman. He's going out without them, and he knows that his opponent has a lot of scouts. He should have seen the range already, and yeah, he will turn around now. Needs to send a spear or 2 with this, I feel. We'll see a stable coming up, a sneaky stable coming up from behind. Interesting. Fletching is now coming in, so the archers aren't as badly exposed. And there are a few spearmen with it now, so that's very nice. The archers gonna pick off the low HP scout. The skirmishers, there's only a few of them, but they will trade off decently well for now. Just need to pick off the spears, really, is all they need to do. Scouts need to loop back around and take this archer mass on with number, but it looks like he'll just run past this. These skirms end up not being super helpful there. And he's going to try to take out a vill on the gold. Will do so. Just diving now. This pikeman is doing great work. More spheres are here to do work as well. But all things considered, another villager has gone down. And the archers are now able to go forward. We'll see a second stable added. And the scout here is going to try to take out the horse. Will not lose its life. Will get away, luckily. Surprised we didn't just see another archery range for skirms, to be honest, from DrDisRespect here. Scouts are still around, though. And no upgrades from the blacksmith yet is kind of painful. The skirmishers are going to be able to do some work now, as the scouts will also get some great hits in here. This is a decent exchange. Obviously, this is not great. Still lacking a lot here, but cleaning up those archer numbers, very nicely. The threat has basically been taken out now. And economically behind this, it appears that the eco balance is very good here, but you know, there's 20 or 19 farms here, and there's 21 here. So, you gotta favor that. We'll finally take out that horse. And now they're gonna be annoying on some of these farms. The scouts trying to do damage here. Honestly, they could take that one spear. Scouts for Kontraman. A very heavy feudal age here. And the scouts dive. Gonna take out the spear. This on the other side at the same time. A spearman will go down, as will potentially an archer. And now the scouts from Kontraman pop out. An interesting fight all the way across. Kontraman is using the market though, and he will be comfortably clicking up ahead here as the military production continues on the backside. Not all that efficiently right now, but scout numbers continue to grow. Skirms are still poking away here. And he really needs to take out that spearman without taking much damage from it would be great. Skirms are exposed. What are we going to see? You're going to continue with archers here as Cathlage will be coming in shortly. An interesting situation we have in front of us here. One player going for more of an all-in feudal play. Lot of questions here. We'll see if he can survive. Obviously, if crossbows make it onto the map, that will make it so much more difficult. But we do have bloodlines coming in. These will be fully upgraded scouts for the feudal age. And his economy is significantly better here. He's just continually producing. And he hasn't bought the market. Bought at the market. Ooh, but this is where the problems can occur. Villagers are going to die. This is where the prolonged feudal army is going to become rather good here. He's got to watch out for these spearmen as there's a lot of them. But again, a lot of idle time, a lot of things going well here. And it looks like maybe he's realized his opponent could be up. It will in fact be seen now, and there's a good number of archers and spears mixed together here, so DrDisRespect will try to get up to the next stage. Should be able to click momentarily, and he will need to defend for the time being. Now, that being said, he's got a large number of scouts. I think he needs to send these around and try to get back into the eco and try to defend with just skirmishers for now. Crossbow does come in. Botkin's not get in, though. I think this is the right move. You got to send these back. He's going to have to rely on some skirms to defend here. And yeah, the pikemen will go back, so maybe even you can get some scouts built up at home. Save the economy as best you can. Try to dive on the gold. Not diving in the gold. The crossbows are in a hole, however. And this could be very problematic because a lot of ecos back here. We will see a tower defensively. I don't mind that play at all. The scout numbers will continue to grow. He dives on the eco. The eco TD has become an impressive situation here, as not only is he idling a lot of vills, he's also going to be able to snag a few more kills. At the same time, the crossbows are forward. They do have Botkin, and we will see at least one vill go down, potentially more. But there is a tower here. They will have to respect the tower. Economically, DrDisRespect is in firm command. He's got a 21 villager advantage after all of the fighting here, and the scouts will come. So how much damage can be done here? Not going to be a ton, as the scouts will get this cleaned up relatively quickly. And this game is looking very favorable for ASDA DrDisRespect here, as more dives on the economy. Again, the prolonged feudal age has been paying dividends for the players that do go for it. We should, I think, see light cav added at some point here. However, this is going to be a very 1TC play, and it looks like we're going to see a TC added here momentarily for Kontraman, which makes a lot of sense here. Light Cav is going to be researched right behind that knight coming out. I think that's actually great. He's going to loop those around, try to find some places to do damage with them. A very entertaining game, number one. Kontraman is very much on the back foot. He's taken a lot of losses here. The overall KD is 41 to 38, but when 14 of those are villager kills, that is quite rough. And again, the scouts show up. They become light cav here, and the knights will come in as well. Those villagers are going to go down here. Looks like Disrespect is going to take game number one here. Kontraman obviously not wanting to give up just yet. I think a forward siege workshop could be in the works before long. Chain barding armor also coming in. The quick walls coming in for this one vill. Another vill will go down here. The scouts are going to trade, like how I mean, are going to trade against the pikemen a little bit. Not the greatest trade. Another town center for Disrespect. Villager count is extremely in favor of Disrespect here, so we will see how things progress here. But obviously, we can see that Kontraman is quite a ways behind here in game number one. Will be very difficult for him to come back here, of course, but he can continue on and hope that his opponent makes some mistakes. But all things considered, he's on 2 town centers. We have a lot of villagers on stone and a good healthy number of farms. It's going to be at 26 here momentarily. We'll be full pikemen here. And another town center added very close by this town center on basically just wood. I would have loved to have seen it over here on gold or somewhere else, but we will see it here. And as the Magyar player, he could shift into archers himself, could go into CA. Lots of options here, but he's got the mobility. The pikemen don't have that mobility. Another vill will go down. And now the vills up here on the wood line will be in trouble. This vill will go down. Lots of vills dying all over the place. And again, just being overwhelmed here. That villager survives, but barely. The pikemen are being split now, not able to keep up with the chase. And all things considered, it's been a very interesting game number one. But again, the prolonged feudal attempt here for Disrespect has been for the better. And behind this, he's going to be getting a castle forward before too long. I think he would probably drop it anywhere here on the front and be very happy with that. The town centers up here looks like they have been discovered. As he dives here, he's hoping for a distraction, but Kontraman does see it in time. And the stone for castle will be coming in very soon. Most of the economy for Kontraman is pretty much been killed off. He has 21 or 22 villager losses, and he only has 43 vills at this point, so that's not ideal. We'll see a third town center added behind this. Scorpions even being added. I didn't even see the siege workshop come up. Where is the siege workshop? Oh, right here. He's hiding it behind these walls. And we'll see a castle. Where is the question? Honestly, if he spreads the knights out through the economy, he could very easily come forward and drop a castle. Even if he loses 20 vills, he would still be in a fine position. He has 0 on stone right now. He just finished getting the stone, I guess is why. And he's just waiting for the right distraction. As yeah, he's already spreading this out. Wouldn't be surprised to see a forward castle come in at any time. Crossbows are in production, but there's not a ton of them in production. And again, the knights mixed with the light cav will dive here, and they're gonna find some damage. Will we see the forward castle? Is the question. Maybe he doesn't want to do the forward castle right now. Maybe he's just content raiding. All things considered, he's trading off against pikemen, which is not the greatest trade, but when you've done this much damage, it also is not the worst trade. One pikeman is doing some scouting here. More stables being added. More scorpions. Nope, just 3 scorpions behind this. We are housed here. The Kontraman will put some more houses down. Crossbow numbers not that high overall. 8 in total. We have 15 pikemen in total. And alright, now he's gonna grab all the vills and he's coming forward. Imagine he's gonna place it right here somewhere. Obviously not a perfect guess. As we're gonna start seeing some palisade walls potentially coming down. And the scorpion bolts will do work here. The vills will come forward, and yeah, there's a very in-your-face, get out of my game castle. And now he's got a whole bunch of knights in the eco. And he's gonna pull back as there's gonna be scorpions to help fight these. I think you should just dive this though. I really do. And look at that scorpion bolt get in there and do so much damage. Castle will go up. The military numbers are getting depleted. The scorpions here gonna do just fine to blast a few bolts through here as well. That's the castle coming up. See another town center added behind though. Not willing to give this up. A lot of the crossbow numbers, a lot of the pike numbers have vanished. And I don't see what Kontraman's win condition is right now. He's going to try to boom up behind, but he doesn't have any gold control right now. He has this gold here. I guess he's on gold. Nope, there comes the GG. So ASDA DrDisRespect here takes game number 1. And yeah, that prolonged feudal age. Let's look at the time difference here. I'm curious what the time difference was. So feudal here. So purple, 23-minute castle time, 26-minute castle time here for Kontraman. Does it actually say times? Yeah, right here. Big difference. 3 minutes, and it was all villager kills with scouts. It was quite well done there. So, game number 1 in the books. Let's take a look at the drafts here. As we will pull that up. Kontraman's home map is Arena Cove. And then we will see that we had a Vietnamese defeat and we had a Magyar victory. So, few civs left for each, obviously. Both players have favorable enough water civs. I think Burgundians could be used on Arena Cove, but Bengalis obviously naval civs, so likely gonna see them. And Vikings or Malians are likely for game number 2, I would imagine. But let's dive in. Let's take a quick look here, and we'll go to Arena Cove. Game number 2, folks. Kontraman needs a win to force us to a Game 3 decider, and he will be here in purple with the Malians. Fine civilization, better and better as time goes on, it seems. And then we will have the Bengalis for Dr. Disrespect here, and he will be playing with this civ that is a naval civ. So, benefits for them, obviously, they have their ships heal, and that could really be huge in the early fights here. Obviously, Arena Cove, fighting around this lovely, beautiful cove of water. There's some good fish here. It's not the greatest fish here, but it is pretty significant. Obviously, though, you need many docks to make it worth your while. That said, water is going to be the name of the game early here. We don't generally see strategies outside of water builds. We have seen a few, though, and they have worked. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. the early game on Arena Cove. It is always important. It's curious. We have seen some players do what Disrespect is doing here at the 1700 bracket. Holding this open and pushing the deer can be extremely beneficial to that early economy. Especially, you don't really need to scout anything. You know where your opponent is. They're exactly opposite of you. And you're not going to really want to search out here until a little bit later in the game. So either milling the deer or pulling them in for a hunt can be extremely nice. To see if Kontraman does the same. So far it looks like he's just looking to scout currently. We do have the interesting generation, of course. We have no minerals really within range of fire ships, but this stone could be within range of galleys later on. And on the opposite side, Kontraman's base, a little bit safer in that respect. Game 1 really was won with a much later Castle Age time, and the scouts just doing so much more damage. Kontraman actually lamed Disrespect one boar, and ended up costing him a villager essentially. So it wasn't the greatest of allures, and it was rather lengthy, and he didn't have Loom in early enough to go for it, but he did go for it nonetheless. We have the dock coming up for both players now, so we'll be up relatively at the same time, and we're going to see some fishing ships popping out left and right. Obviously the villagers going to be taking some shore fish here, always a nice little boost to the economy. But on water, do we favor cheaper buildings or favor healing ships is the question. I expect both players will be going into fire galleys, to be honest, but could be a galley fight. It's always an interesting situation on water to see what players are going for. To watch their builds and trying to see what pop and everything they go up at. It's also entirely possible that you won't need to fight water at all if you go for a fast castle play. We have seen that where we have forward castles and we've seen like pike, monk, siege pushes, and the players play it like it's arena, but obviously there's food that they're not going to be able to kill, right? But it's always an interesting one to see what players go for. Now, for the most part, we see heavy water play. Does drive some players nuts though, and they don't want to go for it, so they try something crazy, a YOLO strategy, and which I can understand. But we'll have to wait and see how these guys play it. Currently, it looks like they're both going to be going up relatively soon, probably 25 pop, 26 pop. And it looks like Disrespect is going to try to do it here momentarily. Like he should have it, he just needs to force drop off. No, he's going to go for another one, so not going to be the case. On this side, though, we do have the fourth drop. We do have the up time, a little bit of idle time for that one, but he will be up first. Now, we're going to see yet another Vil here. So Disrespect is actually going to go 28 pop up. He will remove himself from food. He will go straight to wood and be on gold. He will be up about 30 seconds later, though. A little bit more than that, actually. More like 50 seconds. Angry. We've angered the Jaguar. Second dock here for our Malian player. A little cheaper. All buildings are with Malians, which is a nice bonus. And there comes dock number 2 for Disrespect here. The question for me is really, if this gets stalled out and the water fight goes in one direction or another, who do you really favor? Bengalis do get those extra villagers every town center as they click up. that can be quite nice. His population is actually going to improve yet again here. He'll get 2 vills instantly for free upon reaching feudal age, which is always going to be an interesting one for me. He is housed soon, though. After that, as there's the 2 vills, he will need to get a house down, produce out of all these docks. There'll be 3 docks on both sides. And on this side, we have the villagers fighting back against the scout, but no loom. No loom, so that could be a problem. The scout could pester and be very annoying. Fire ship numbers look like they will be slightly in favor of Kontraman for the time being, but more production here. The fishing ship numbers are 5 to 4, so ASDA DrDisRespect going to try to take a few of those out, but that's going to cost him some HP here. And that is kind of an issue, as the Bengali ships do heal. Do their fishing ships heal is my question? It's just warships. Yeah, no, the fishing ships heal too. How interesting. Interesting that they do repair themselves so nicely. It does take a minute, obviously, to get them really repaired, but every bit of HP that they can heal is actually quite a nice benefit, especially getting the extra vills. Bengali is a very unique civilization for this map, one that we do not see often, or have yet to see very often. And ooh, we see the galley switch behind us now. The numbers are pretty heavily in favor currently, but as soon as the 2 ships pop out, it will become something else entirely. And yeah, they see the reinforcements will be coming in here. A demo pops out. That could be huge. And he splits them up. Well done for Kontraman, although he is losing the fight currently. I think the galley might have been a misclick. Doesn't have a blacksmith that's researched foraging just yet, so maybe something he'll look into later on. We'll just have to wait and see. And again, these ships will slowly regenerate their HP, which is quite huge. And that makes it more difficult for Kontraman because he's not going to be able to deal with it quite as efficiently. A 4th dock going to be coming down. I don't know if I like this dock, mostly because a ship could pop out on this side. I really think you go here, you go farther south here. Another big fight comes in, and looks like both players could lose a lot here, actually. And the reinforcements will come in. There's a demo not being used, and we'll split these away. Ends up being a decent demo, but obviously, yet again, is a bit odd. So, numbers aside, it's been fairly even down the center. Economy, what am I talking about here? Economically, things are looking fairly good as well. Both players are going to be clicking up, and yeah, look like up here behind a Vill, and looks like he could click up, but he's going to wait for a moment. Another fishing ship was added, another dock being added. I think that the best situation here for a Malian player now is to play more defensively. Stay closer to your docks. That's the hardest part about these repairing ships. Every time they get pulled back, you're basically letting that live and it will heal up again, right? Castle Age, though, the timing is looking to be very important here, and DrDisRespect has yet to click up. Makes it all the more interesting. Kontraman could overwhelm on water should he be able to continue production. Currently, it looks like he will be able to do so. I think he should actually add a few demolition ships. That could be quite nice. But a lot of these ships are getting taken out here. The micro on water, so difficult, especially since these ships do heal for Bengalis. Castle Age will be decently behind, so timing will be everything, and the demolition rafts are going to be important. Fire ships doing everything they can to fight back here. He's gonna need to send everything he can at this. He will send everything out. It's the best fight that he could ask for, I suppose, especially since the demo is about to be coming out. He's luring it in. He's luring it in. Be a big demo. He notices. Damages 3 ships quite nicely though, and he should be able to push this back. The upgrade, where's the upgrade? There's the upgrade. That is quite nice. He should be relatively happy with his position. Castle Age still 45 seconds away, and the push will soon be able to begin. Castle Age will hit after the War Galley upgrade comes in. Obviously, these ships are healing, but economically, ASDA DrDisRespect will be ahead, so he really would need to clear this up. Second town center going to be coming down. There is one demo here. There's none on this side. Production behind this still intact. What's up, Garuzo? And the big fight comes in. This is 1700 bracket. The demo will do some nice damage here. Overall, though, these ships are basically just trying to not get killed, which just makes a lot of sense. But that said, the fishing eco will get cleaned up. Garizzo, I will tell you the same thing I've been telling every other player. I will ping you the night that I'm going to cast your games. I believe your set has been in for at least 2 days. I'm just super far behind, unfortunately. Swamped behind many things. That is all. So I will get to it though. No worries. Fishing ship numbers going to be traded off here. And the eco lead is still in favor of Disrespect, as he taking a very nice fight here. Just missed getting this. And no worries. I feel bad. I feel like I'm super far behind. But these guys are in the 1700 bracket. The players themselves, I can pull up their elos here. Just give me a moment as we watch this fire battle. It looks like Disrespect should win water just based on numbers here, but 1 or 2 demos can really change that. So there's not a definitive way to say that that's going to be the case. Production must continue, and obviously it's 2 town centers to 1 right now, and this is actually a huge fight in the middle. Huge fight. I don't know why we're pulling back here. I think we just take this fight personally, but it's my own personal opinion. I think that was a fairly even fight, to be honest. And he is running. I don't know why. He's not getting upgrades. Getting a bit closer, maybe just for the demos. Yeah, he's trying to draw him in for demos. That actually could be huge. Now I see the demos coming in. That's actually not bad play. Demo ship number 1 connects. Number 2 connects. Number 3 will connect and kill a lot of ships. The fight is on. Another demo. He needs it to be a good one. Oh, and it is not bad. It is not bad at all. Not a bad demo at all, guys. Alright. So, elos, for those who are wondering. Disrespect here is currently at 1471 elo as of AOE2.net. Same website, AOE2.net. Kontraman is sitting at 1571. So basically a 100-point difference here, actually. Kontraman is favored. After game 1, kind of hard to believe, I think. Nice demo. Water appears to have been won by the Bengali player, but the economy behind this seems more fragile, as there is only 1 town center. Haven't seen a second one added. We do have a second TC here for Kontraman as he continues to amass some ships here. Wow, what, Garizo? You just surprised by the eco deficit and that Kontraman didn't take game 1 more convincingly? these ships, likely the production should just be cut off here, to be honest. Should just add another TC behind here and boom like crazy. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that there's not a second TC behind this for DrDisRespect, sorry. He is heavily on stone, so perhaps he wants to go forward for a castle. And actually, the demos are really evening this out, and wow. Impressively, he's killed quite a few of these ships. The KD is now about even, which is quite interesting. Wow, considering the elo gap. Yeah, no, I agree. Demos! Big demos! Big demos! Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's doing quite well. Doing quite well. That's what... I think the drafting system really helps that out here, though. Because I think that you get to play your home map. It gives you a better chance. You have a prepared strategy in general, right? Docks are going down here for Kontraman. He is 2 TCs behind this. I'm not fully convinced with the 1 TC play for DrDisRespect here. He is adding some fishing ships in behind, so his eco is still going to be better, but his stock will go down. It might very well be the last ship, if not this fire ship will be. That we'll see from him, and yeah, Kontraman will add eco behind it again. Very interesting indeed. We will see that town center coming in for DrDisRespect now. I think that is the right move. He did build a few farms, so he has good food eco. Actually, better food eco than Kontraman has right now. Very interesting play indeed. And Kontraman doing the right thing with the scout here. Patrolling. Water will be lost, though. And DrDisRespect will need to do something here to get himself a good forward position, perhaps now on land. Doesn't want to allow his opponent too much space. He does have enough stone for a castle. Almost enough for a castle and another town center, actually. Gill nets is going to be huge. There is a lot of food on this map, obviously. And Kontraman now getting loom. Just now getting loom. Well, I like what I'm seeing from DrDisRespect here. With the elo gap, he's actually ahead in this game. He's patrolling ships on the coastline. I think you could do a few more. I think you should check this area just in case there's any surprise fishing ships down there. Looks like we had a few things. It doesn't have to be a private lobby. That was a mistake there with that image. Doesn't have to be private. Some people prefer it that way, obviously. Wheelbarrow coming from Kontraman. Kontraman has a lot of resources. So does DrDisRespect. And it's only getting better as he's abusing the fish behind this heavily. 11 fishing ships. That's your reward for winning water. So take as much advantage of that as you can. A 4th town center even being added here. So Kontraman going for the Omega Boom time. He's still not super convincing on the farm numbers here. I guess it's getting better now. 41 after all these are completed. And a lot of eco upgrades. Kontraman buys 100 stone. He has enough for a castle himself. Where does the castle go? I honestly would like it on this hill. Or up here on this hill would be nice. A villager is headed forward. The angry jaguars are striking. They'll get taken down without a problem, though. And the scout here is going to actually have a decent shot at killing this vill, but Kontraman will pull back. Just seeing that the outposts, maybe, no, he's not going to see the outposts. Castle could go here on this hill, that could be big. And it will go here on this hill. I do like this a lot. Will be hard to reach from the water. Obviously, he's given up water. He's not going to try to continue to fight for that, which I do think is a fine situation for himself. His economy is extremely good. So is DrDisRespect's. DrDisRespect has no buildings. He's floating so many resources right now. He's not going to be able to go up, though. He needs to build a castle. Instead, we see archery ranges coming down. He's Gonna have to put it down somewhere. That or he needs to get his buildings down. We will need an university, a monastery, you know, siege workshop, those sun buildings. I like this little house wall up right here. Like it. Provides vision, but he stays off the shore. The farming eco is really getting up there, 52 on farms. Imperial Age will be clicked momentarily. Castle Age just needs to come in. And population is extremely close, but we will have the Imperial Age coming in much faster, much better eco upgrades for Kontraman. Disrespect here, though he's taking heavy advantage of the fish. He's even dropping some fish traps, which is nice. He clicks Stamp now. So he did end up getting his buildings down. Forward archery range. He built outposts next to each other. Bit of a strange choice. And we have infantry armor coming in, so he expects archers from the Bengalis player, and it will be elephant archer. I think that is not too surprising. So Malians actually, with their infantry, should do a fine job here. What's so funny? Twin tower, yeah, I mean, right next to each other. And the angry jaguars are going for kills here. He's not going to get it. But still. More villas going forward. Ooh, Gabettos. Interesting addition. Guess he could find some value with those. But there are elephant archers coming. I'm not convinced with the elephant archer play, though. Do we have a transport? Actually, a transport could be huge. There's no military back here. Could be huge. The economy for Kontraman is just getting set up massively here, though. And the Gabettos will kill that villager. Imperial Age will be here. And we see a castle going up now. The Elephant Archer numbers are up to 14, and we have a lot more in production here. So this is actually going to be difficult to deal with. But again, I really think that the Chamscarls from Malians will be able to do the job, to be honest. That Elephanto will go down. Gabetto is definitely not the answer. We will continue with Gabetto production. We'll be adding stables, so potentially camels behind this. Again, would work out as well. Could also see a landing as the ships, where'd the ships go? They're all over here. Oh no. This is actually a fine time to attempt to get back on water, if you wanted to here with the Malians. Do we get Gallies get hand cannon here? I believe they do, right? They get bombard cannon, so camel is probably the right move here. Do they get yeah, I think they get bombard cannon. I think they get hand cannon here. I'm not so familiar with all these new civs, though. I personally took like a 2-month break before the tournament, so I knew how crazy busy I was going to be while casting all these games. Then I came back and played like, I don't know, 15, 20 games, and that's all of the time that I've put into Age recently, other than casting sets like a madman. So, Ubato's doing a good job here. Farimba camels on their way. They will be pretty good. Just bought the DLC, yeah. I mean, I had the DLCs. I've had all the DLCs when they come out. I always buy them, but I didn't play so many of them. I don't pick Civ either. I play full random Civ. I will pick randomly a civilization to just like so I can know if someone else picks a Civ, right? But I do it randomly. I'll pick like Malians, for example, and I won't pick a Civ. I'll leave random open until I get to play Malians, and then I'll go into another random Civ. Elite Gabetto is an interesting choice. I'm not a big fan. I think they're going to get shredded here. conscription. We're gonna have to have a Trebs coming out. We don't have. But what? I guess there's 3 castles to 1. Again, the food eco is insane right now for our Bengalis player. However, it's all fishing chips. 31 of them, in fact. Hoardings will come in. We should see Trebs coming in at some point. We are not seeing Trebs. He's just gonna go bombard cannon, I think. Maybe he's expecting help. Maybe, but again, Elite Gebetto's not a super cheap tech, and you really should be producing Trebs right now to deal with this, I feel like. He has lots of camels, and he's not sending them forward. Elephant archers are extremely good, and these are elite elephant archers as well. They're going to be able to withstand a lot of damage here. Obviously, 100 or 280 HP. Honestly, I think they might be too good. They might be too good for this composition. Kontraman could be in a lot of trouble here. Gold villas are dying. The Treb is firing at the mill, the mining camp. I can't talk. There are the pikemen here added behind this. And Farimba Campbell will jump in here. They are going to get a lot done, but is it going to be enough? They are fighting under a castle right now. I don't think it's going to be enough. I really don't. The Gebettos are doing some nice damage from behind, however. We see the Man-at-Arms tech coming in here. Again, I'm just not convinced yet that this is going to be a winning composition. Disrespect, though, he has yet to hit the halberdier button. He cannot afford it with all the elephant production. The elephant numbers are getting depleted. And the Trebs are working away on the Trebs as the camels dive on the Trebs as well. Castle's focus firing. It will stay up, but now the camel numbers are not there. So that makes it a little bit more awkward. Camel numbers went from 30 or so down to, what, 16 on the map very quickly. There's a lot of those in production. The camels go after the Trebs. The Gebetto are surprisingly doing good enough damage on their math, but they are dying, and every one of those lost. I don't know if it's worth the trade. Kontraman has an insane eco behind this, though. He has 70 on food right now. 70 on food. My goodness. This castle is getting Treb down here, and I think it will go down. 4 Trebs, I don't think there's any saving that. It does go down, and now he's going to target, what? The Treb? I think he's trying to target the Treb here with these. The Gebettos are actually doing better than I anticipated, to be honest. They really are. Trebs working away at some of these elephants as well. I think that's actually decent use of them. I don't know how well that's going to do, but the Gebettos are actually shredding, especially with the cavalry coming in here. It's actually quite an interesting composition, to be honest. Quite an interesting composition. He's actually pushing this back, and I think that's the biggest issue with these elite elephants. They're just so expensive. Hacking into everything, just so expensive here. And now there's just not enough of them, and the Gebettos with the camels and the light cav are shredding them right now. And this would be completely pushed back. Completely pushed back right now, which is quite impressive. Just a heads up, I did drop a few frames there over the last minute. Nothing too crazy, but if the stream does go down for whatever reason, I'll fire back up. But I don't anticipate that happening. Just keeping you guys up to date here. We have max population against 150 pop, and I think a lot of the problem here was the boats early on too, and I really would love to see a redock here and a few ships from our Malian player. Ooh, Parthenian Tactics is just now coming in. That's another issue. These things take so long to get upgraded to, right? A lot of techs. The castle numbers, not important. This is coming in. I think this tech does elephant healing. I think. Hawk or Piox? I don't know exactly what it's called. I think that does healing on these elephants. I will pay attention after this tech comes in. It will come in. But I think that's what it does. I could be mistaken. Could be way off, actually. But looks like I am way off. But the elephant numbers are going down. The castle's desperately trying to be repaired. Disrespect, I think's composition is just too expensive, and the Farimba tech plus the Elite Gebetto behind is just destroying here, actually. Castle is yet to go down, but he is continually repairing it, so it is costing more and more resources here. But it will go down here shortly. It looks like the military in front's just not been enough to hold. He cannot push. He's just constantly losing ground here. The castle will go down. And it's going to be even more difficult for him to push this back, as the resources in the bank are just so limited now. The fish are getting less and less here as well. It looks like the fishing traps are actually huge. Got 17 of them. 7,000 food in those, but will it be enough? A lot of those were just added over the last few minutes, I feel. And some villagers are dying here. Both of these guys are extremely high in villager population. The elephants are continually dying here. The Gebetto is actually doing great with all this meat shield in front. And just slowly pushing this back, adding production buildings here. There will be 2 castles here, but again, nothing to hold this back. Military number continues to crumble. The population was just 200 pop each, and now we're down to 130s for disrespect here. Yes, there's a castle going up next to a castle, but will it be enough here? We see the longswords and pikemen upgrade coming at the same time. Honestly, if he can add the Champscarls in here as a backup behind everything, it's actually pretty nice. The barracks are getting taken out here. What's up, Gio? You're playing tomorrow. Good luck, sir. Murder holes. This is 1700 bracket. This is the round of 32. Disrespect is 100 elo below Kontraman currently. So it's impressive that he took game number 1. This has been a really good, convincing game for him as well. He should be very pleased with his position, but he continues to lose his ground, and he's losing everywhere. So Kontraman will take this game here and force us into a game number 3. Which is extremely exciting. It's been a great set thus far, especially given the elo discrepancy, obviously. Well played here, indeed. So, back to the draft. Map first here. We're going to go to Mott and Bailey next. Disrespect's home map. Civilizations, we just saw a Malian victory over the Bengalis. We have Burgundians and Mongols left for Disrespect, Vikings and Ethiopians left for Kontraman. So, we'll see how this goes. Civilizations-wise, I don't know, but I feel like I like Disrespect civs more, personally. Maybe it's just my playstyle, but I like Burgundians and Mongols a bit more than Ethiopians and Vikings. Vikings, though, have an insanely good eco. A lot of all-ins we've seen on this map thus far as well. We'll have to wait and see. Game number 3, though. We're loading in, folks. We're loading in. The decider game here. After what's been a very interesting set. Kontraman building houses. Not building one house. He realizes, so maybe he's not quite so prepared on this map. It will be Ethiopians against Mongols. Mongols are quite an interesting choice here. Obviously, with the hunt, it could be more feasible to do some fast castle play. We'll just have to wait and see. Why Reset has Mott and Bailey. I think this is a map that a lot of people like. I think that of all the maps that we've seen, Mott and Bailey, Battlegrounds, and Dry Lake, as well as Lanes, a lot of people really like. Mostly because I think they're land maps, which, you know, it's a shame that we don't have a lot of more diversity for other maps. But we have seen every map a few times. So I'm very, very happy that we've seen a variety of maps, and these are best of threes. And you have to keep in mind, we provided 13 maps. I think the only maps that we don't see much of, Flooded Hills for sure, we've only seen like twice. Like over both brackets, and I'm not surprised. That's a fairly new map. We still have a few balancing things that we're probably going to do to it over time, but we do like where the map is, so not surprised we're not seeing that one a lot. Water Arena, we've seen way more than I actually thought. I thought it would be the least picked map. We've actually seen it more than we've seen other maps, which is kind of crazy. Not all, of course. But yes, there's 13 maps. It's taken us 3 years to really hone in and balance those maps to make them what they are today. We are very happy with every map, though. That's why they're in the tournament. There are some old maps that you might remember, Geo. You've been around for a long time in the Discord and everything. You're one of the OGs around here. We have Offshore Deposits, which we chose not to use, which was one of our previous maps as a 2TC map. I envisioned that as more of a community-style map and or a team game map, though. It's not really meant for 1v1s, in my opinion. We've had Sunken Isthmuses, which was basically islands with some interesting bog terrain, and that one actually, again, better as a team game map. Well, I appreciate it, Grease, I hope you're enjoying them. I mean, we've put countless hours into these, and same with, like, I mean, obviously my time with all of this casting. I have casted over 40 games, I think, between the two brackets already, and we're still just, like, getting into the thick of it, right? There's a lot of games that are going to be flying in. I have 6 or 7 more sets to cast that have already been turned in that I just haven't been able to get to yet. So it's just insane. But just today, though, I had a brilliant idea for a map, and I sent it to Hitch as soon as I thought of it. I drew up like a little mock drawing. I just drew something really quickly with like paint essentially, and like I have another idea. Like I have another map idea. A Hitch, when I was at his house for the 4th of July, because you know we're a family. When I was at his house for the 4th of July, we discussed a new map that he has an idea for. I mean, we have many hours, many hours checked into these, and it's great. I think it was really nice that we got some good feedback from Hera and Viper from that show match. I'm really glad we did that. Obviously, you know, to get a professional player to play on the maps, you know, we had to, you know, you have to jump through, you know, this is that, this is this, whatever, and you have to accept that, you know, it's going to cost a little bit of money. But Viper was kind enough to donate his winnings back to us. He did not wish to keep it, given the prize pool for the tournament was basically smaller. So that was extremely kind of him. Very awesome. Dude's the GOAT for a reason, right? And then Hera, of course, you know, he was the reason that we were able to set it all up, which was awesome. Jabari, if you don't know who Jabari is, he's playing the 1700 bracket. He's also part of the organizational team around here. He doesn't do admin work, so he's able to play in the terms. He will cast from time to time with me, but it's his fault that we had the Hera and Viper show match, actually. And he set everything up with that, like it was awesome. So huge shout out to him. And I don't know. We're going to keep running with it. I'll play Jabari next. Okay, fair enough, Gio. Fair enough. I know that Jabari has been practicing left and right. he obviously, as he's been around, right? He's been a part of organizing some of these events as well. He was the whole thing behind the Banana Open Classic that we did, and the free for all tournament that we did with $1,000 prize pool. All of those things, right? So we've done a lot of things together, and so obviously, you know, he his opinion on certain matters only goes so far in these things, especially when he's participating, because then I take and have the final say, of course, and I try to look at it from both sides of the bracket, like obviously as a player and as an admin. Why what, Garizo? Why do I get final say if he's participating in a bracket? I think it's pretty fairly explainable that way. Just so there's no corruption or anything for the integrity of the tournament, right? But obviously, like, we've had a good relationship over the past 3 years with a lot of people, and we've done a lot of things. So it's nice to have people really coming in and appreciating all the work that we put into everything. The goal, the dream, and everything, all like that, is to get bigger, right? We want to do more. We want to do bigger things, bigger prize pools. We want to have like a professional level tournament, all that fun stuff. Obviously, it will take time, you know, which is fine. But yeah, we're gonna be doing more. That's the fun part. I'm very much looking forward to how everything continues here, though. These brackets have been insane. The games have been great. I mean, this set here, Disrespect has 100-point deficit in Elo, but he's practiced and prepared to maps, and he is in a decider game 3 against someone 100 Elo higher than him. Like, unheard of in other tournaments, I feel like. I mean, amateur tournaments, for sure. The professionals, of course. I mean, Hera and MBL and them have like 2K8, and everyone else is like 2K4, 2K5 for the most part. But you know, the lower the elo, the more I feel that it's easier to despair the information. But about the game here, Kontraman and Disrespect both opened up into Feudal Age, reasonable times for both, and both of the players have gone for a double archery range archers, which is quite unique. Padded archer armor is coming in here for Kontraman, and he will have that and faster firing archers. So Disrespect is probably on the back foot at the moment, especially his golds and stuff will be vulnerable soon. But he's doing a good job to take down these numbers. I think that we might even need to see him switch into skirms potentially. But time will tell. But no, it's the whole streaming game, the whole hosting tournament situation, like, for me, it's always been for fun. And it probably will continue that way. I have no grand hope and desire that this will ever turn into something huge for me, obviously. I'm too old to believe in such things. At this point, I have a family to look after. I have many other obligations to worry about. But this is like my hobby that I do every day in one way or another, whether it's playing, casting, or just simply by watching a huge professional level tournament, right? So it's extremely enjoyable. I have zero complaints. I've enjoyed it all the way. Like, the whole ride's been fun. I don't know what the end of the year is gonna bring right now. I have so much to put into these brackets that I do believe that I will take a break from casting after these are over. We'll see how things progress. I really feel like I'm gonna be tryharding for my personal best elo once these are completed. We'll see how everything works out, but casting these events and watching some of these build orders makes me really realize I need to go back to the build orders again. It's been a long time, like a year and a half since I looked at a single build order that I tried. So that's probably what comes next for me. Big fight incoming here. Archer numbers are better. Upgrades are the same, but Ethiopian faster flying archers, and of course, the simple fact that the archery ranges are right here, will make this fight very difficult for Disrespect to win. He will have to pull back, and I think he just needs to focus on his eco. He's moved out for some more hunt here. Good numbers on gold. He already has the market available. So, alright, thanks, Agariza. I mean, this game won't be on YouTube for a while, so you might want to just check the VOD if you really want to see how this one ends. Right now I'm backed up behind YouTube uploads. I have a lot of uploads to get through. I think I'm already scheduling uploads like 4 days out at this point. So just a word heads up, little heads up, I guess. But thank you for tuning in. Do appreciate it. It's been an insane set here. Yeah. No, I will. I mean, I've been trying to cast as many as possible just because I don't want to be like 15, 20 sets behind, but I've kept it at a reasonable number, so I cannot complain. Disrespect is actually going to click up earlier. He did sell his stone. We'll see if that pays off or not. But Castle Age coming sooner is definitely a benefit. Looks like he's going to pull back now. And I think that could be the right move, to just pull back and sit behind walls and sit closer to your ranges for the reinforcements. Right now, military numbers are even across the board. Oh yeah, Geo. I knew it was coming. That's why I said, like I said, I took 2 months off of Age, where I just played whatever I wanted to, didn't focus on Age, didn't play a single game. I did watch some professional level games, of course. Didn't leave the game completely. I knew I was coming back to do all this. So, there's been a lot of time, and I've been enjoying all the casting so far. This is my third set today, my third separate stream, actually, because I had a little bit of free time this morning, a little bit of free time at like 5:30 this afternoon, and then I wanted to cast 2 sets tonight, but life got in the way, which is fine. No worries. Dealt with that situation that I had to deal with, and then now I'm back casting this set, and it's a banger. We're at game 3 here, and both players going to be in the Castle Age soon. Kontraman will likely just back up here, as the upgrades are going to be coming in pretty significantly quickly, as we are going to see that gate being built again, as Castle Age is in. We do have crossbow. Need to see Bot Canero come in as well. I don't think he has the gold for it at the moment. Not the end of the world. He's not desperately trying to fight this. He is going to send everything forward, though. It is 20 archers to 20 archers. We do have some good production coming up behind this now. It will be a 3rd archery range. Economically, it's going to be a 1 TC play from Disrespect right now. And I can actually get behind that, but I think he needs to add another range in that case. Perhaps 2. Or a Siege Workshop forward would be nice. Crossbow, Bot Canero are in. And he's going to break in here. And Contraman will have to be careful. And it looks like he's retreating the eco a little bit farther away, as he cannot afford crossbow yet. It's a little bit rough. I think he should just sell some food. He doesn't have the gold. There comes crossbow. Okay, so he does get crossbow clicked. My goodness, that's a bit dicey, though. He has the hill, though. And Ethiopian's on a hill. The upgrades are not all in. Oh, he's charging. I don't know if he... Oh, this could be so bad. I guess he wanted the top of the hill. He lost far too much, though. Far too much there. That was a ugly situation. You just don't take that fight. You just don't. You look for damage elsewhere. Military numbers went from equal to 30 to 4 in the last minute. Oh. You just back up. Just don't take the fight there. Just bring forward siege. That was not even close. been bad. Yeah, oh, that's the worst. You have to go into Siege Workshop defensively. He will be able to continue his archer production. He will be able to get a mangonel out. No, he doesn't have the wood for a mangonel. He needs that. That, of course, was damaged earlier. These vills are going to have to run. Now the mango is going to be selected. I'm going to kill the scout. The archers will find this to be a warm welcome. Oh, and the mangonel's not out yet. Problem with skirms, you have to click into skirm now, though, and you don't have it. You don't have the res to do it. You gotta keep producing archers here. I don't think you can switch. Yeah, but he's gonna have to rely on the siege. That's what he's gonna have to do. Pops, fires, that's a decent exchange. He might get another good shot here. He does. That's not bad. He has the town center here, so he'll be fine. He needs to get another one popping though. The crossbows reinforcements to go down here. He needs a villager to repair this. Yeah, see, he cannot lose too much now. I think you should try to keep some things here as well. Not going to be the case, though. It looks like Kontraman might just run with these. Trying to take his opponent off gold. Fortunately for Disrespect, all of his gold is over here. And on the ferry front. These will garrison up here. These will stick around and try to be annoying. But these shouldn't get a lot done here. These villas should be pulled back. He's going to actually wall that off to block those. And yeah, the light cav upgrade is coming in behind. Another town center coming up for Kontraman. He does have the hill, but not the greatest exchange. The mangonel should be able to deal with this momentarily. Shoot! He's actually paying attention to that. That's annoying. Another mangonel is here. Disrespect is on the back foot, but at the same time, he does have a slight villager advantage. The crossbow finally gets cleaned up. Good town center, good little wall up right here. He should be okay. Honestly, it's looking pretty good considering the losses that he took. It would have looked way better if he wouldn't have taken such losses earlier, though. Light cav was teched into, but we don't see any on the map. Economically, things are getting close, but again, Disrespect doing a good job here. He's not going to be too upset with this. These crossbows won't be able to do much damage. They shouldn't really be able to do any. Crossbow numbers will be outmassing. He will have the hill, so he should take a few of these out, and then these should turn and run, but maybe a few more losses there than he would have really wanted. The mangonels are coming forward unaccompanied. I don't like that, but he might get lucky. Have to wait and see. Economically, though, Kontraman has had to spend way less resources, and he is looking to potentially go up to the next stage. Like he's probably just going to turn these back in here and try to deal with this army. Yeah, selling food. Thumb Ring's on its way in. Does not have the buildings. And some ground attacks. Nope, he just fires. And going to be a castle coming up there defensively. I don't know if I care for that so defensively, but it might be the best option here. His whole eco's here. His golds are here. These will get cleaned up. And then the mangonels are headed forward, but not that desperately. Castle will be spotted. No Imperial Age yet. Are we still missing buildings? Yeah, the monastery comes down. There's the university. So this is good for Disrespect, although he does not have the economy set up to go up anytime soon. Farming numbers are only 18. It is only, what here? 18 on this side as well, but he hasn't had to spend as many resources here. Attacking the Palisades, I guess just because he wants to have a good spot to sit, or maybe it was an accident. He will be able to attack this town center, however. And Town Watch will come in on this town center. Imperial Age coming in back here, so no way for that to get denied. Taking this town center down could be really good, but again, he needs to be up to the next age, or he's going to have to deal with a large push back very soon. Actually going to add another town center behind this. Military numbers are about even right now. You see some skirmishers out on the map here in this mix as well. And I don't think this is the fight he really wants to take. He's outnumbered here. He will turn and run as ballistics is not in. Is on its way in. No buildings needed here for disrespect as his castle is already up. He just simply needs the resources. He will probably sell some resources and try to go up soon. As the mangonels do kill that town center, production buildings could go down next. But that castle is up, and showtels could be annoying trying to snipe siege. They are produced so quickly. Mangonels are having trouble pathing right now. And one of them's going to go down. And it does. I'm going to try to take down the production buildings. I think that is the right move. And he really needs to figure out how to get to the Imperial Age now. Arbalest and Bracer selected immediately upon reaching. And the showtels are here. The showtels are going to be annoying. They're going to snipe. Nope, they aren't going to snipe this. But Arbalest and Bracer and this military is in trouble. Bracer's in already. Arb is going to be coming. Imperial Age clicked behind this. I think he needs to run. Run with the military. Maybe even sacrifice the mangonels. Just turn and ground attack. Turn and ground attack. Something. Try to do something here. Yeah, I think you see the turn hit. Yep. Never gonna be enough. If he would have turned with both, I think he could have had a shot. But we will see the siege workshops coming. We will see the cav archers. Ooh. This is a bad time to switch, but I do like Mongol cav archers. I like them quite a bit, actually. But they're not gonna be high enough in number. Now, I didn't even think about it. Mongols don't get ARB, right? I don't think they do. That could be a big problem, actually. Crossbows are going to move out. Maybe they can find some way to do some damage and find some value here. But will he be able to withstand the attack coming is the question. We're going for a cat ram. Don't know. I don't think that the Mongols have ARB, so Cav Archer makes sense that he's switching to it. Did add a third range here. Oh, but a small group of ARB have made their way in here. Now the crossbows are coming. They could find their way in here. Will this go noticed or unnoticed? But even still, how do you kill this ball? That is the main question. The crossbows will find damage. And economically, he's going to have quite a good position here. Have we seen Trebs at all? We have not. We are seeing bombard cannons instead, which makes a lot of sense, actually. Kill that canvassary. It's not needed, so go for it. Alright, Arbalests are going to have to be diverted to deal with this. That will be a situation that will need to be done. Husbandry is coming in. The Arbs are finding damage here. Cav Archer numbers are extremely weak. Military is extremely weak here. The crossbows are finding their way in. They could walk around, but will they? Few Arbalests here, few Arbalests there. He will turn and run. He might even have to just bring these back and try to cut off reinforcements with them. Cav Archer numbers still extremely, extremely low. You do see bloodlines coming in now. Arbalest numbers are up to 73 on the map for Kontraman. And all things considered, I don't think that there's enough time to pack into CA here. Sure, Imp is out, but going for a forward castle, okay. That's an interesting surprise, but there's arbaleths here. So these crossbows both sacrifice, and he thinks better of it. Deletes it. And no ballistics. All those shots missed as they were walking by. And the crossbow mass is getting cleaned up. He is taking some arms with him, but obviously it's not a great exchange. And these arbs are going to dive here. There's a good bit of eco here. The push on the front, the castle definitely trying to keep it up. He will bring forward the 18 CA, and there's just not enough upgrades on them. Just not enough upgrades, and that castle is likely just going to slowly be taken down and bleed the resources here. It's been a very, very, very good set here. I think Kontraman with the Ethiopians is simply just going to take this here. And yeah, GG, good luck next. Kontraman takes the set here. And what was quite a good one here for Disrespect. He has 100 elo deficit here. Forced us to a game 3 and played very well. He should be very proud of his performance. Kontraman, though, congratulations. You will be advancing on in the tournament. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Both players, hopefully you enjoyed. GG's. I think Mongol is just not an ideal composition to continue with crossbows for so long. And I think once a player has 82 freaking arbaleths on the map, that's just devastating. Especially as Ethiopians. I think Drill Siege might have been the only option here, and even that, I don't know if it would have been enough, to be honest. Alright. We're going to update the bracket, guys. If you are looking to avoid spoilers, this was part of the 1700 bracket. We are about to update that bracket now. You've been warned. And we shall find the set. Here it is. Kontraman wins the set 2-1 over ASDA DrDisRespect. And will advance onward. Hell of a set. A lot of these sets have been great. We've had only a couple 2-0s between the 1300 bracket and this bracket. Been a joy to watch, a joy to cast, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. Geo is here. Good luck tomorrow, sir. Jabari's here, although Jabari should be in bed. But no worries. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. More sets to come. The YouTube is slowly getting things added to it. I've been doing basically one set a day for them. Oh, you're in bed. Nice. Been uploading one set a day. A couple of days I've uploaded 2 over the weekend. There will be a lot of games to come, though. Basically, it's 1 game a week, or 1 game a day. It is right now. And on the weekend, I will do 2. And Geo throwing some shade. He has to beat his opponent. This is not the full bracket. There was a round of 64 for those who are curious. Obviously not a full bracket. Geo faces Biddy Tingo, and then he's throwing shade because Jabari could be his next opponent. So, like, we'll be interested to see how these guys get along later on. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in yet again.